You've tuned into The Mountain Gardener with your host, Ken Lain. Gardening can be challenging, but with these simple insider tips, you'll reap huge rewards. Now, let's tune into today's Mountain Gardener with Ken and Lisa. And I have a special guest in the studio. My wife, Lisa Lane. She comes in and just shares just what your neighbors are talking about, Q&A questions, what we're finding on Facebook, Instagram. People are asking questions from everywhere anymore. It's They got a device and they might be out. Had someone hiking around the other day going, "Hey kid, you know what this is?" Going, "How did you get my number? Where is this? Who is this?" I didn't pick it up, just saw the number.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just how people connect anymore. So welcome to the studio, Lisa.
Thank you. Always good to be here. Oops, I'm messing with my microphone. Sorry.
Q&A?
Yes. So our first question is from Amanda. She has a beautiful Coleus growing outside in a pot. She knows that it's only likes the warm weather, so she wants to bring it in before it's cold. Her question is, can you grow a Coleus inside through the winter?
Yeah.
And if so, what kind of light inside your house would it want?
Yeah, the Coleus is a great houseplant. Yeah, you can absolutely bring it indoors. There's a couple insider tips on before you do that. So first of all, they're huge. So they've been growing all season. You might consider pruning things back a little bit. Otherwise, it's going to take up some serious room inside your house. So give it a haircut. Just kind of let it. Now's the time. Take some of the spent flowers. I'll clean it up so it's not dropping things in your house, and then bring it in. Now, there's stuff living in the soil. You just have to be aware. So I would, before I brought in the worms and the centipedes and the things growing in that soil, and I would probably do two things. One, I would water it until water is just flooding out. Try to get some of those things, just flood them. Have water, give it triple the water amount. Just give it till it's gooey wet. Things are coming out. You'll find some things run away. Okay, that's one way. And then I would probably treat it with a systemic granule. So while it's outdoors, there's a granular that you sprinkle on the ground, you water it in, and as it goes to the soil, it kills off things that are still living in the soil. So you're going to have things living in there. I can't emphasize that enough. I've made that one a few times. Worms crawling across the carpet. That's never good. And so, but that'll, soil gnats, all kinds of stuff. I would also spray the top section. So I'd get some neem oil, something organic-y, spritz the foliage. So cut it back, spritz it, take your just to kill off eggs, things that are living on the foliage. Put the systemic granules on to kill things living in the soil. Let it out, keep it out there for a couple of days, and then bring it indoors. Amanda was asking, what's the other one? Oh, light. How much light? Just a bright room. That's enough. So I would say the darkest room's probably not ideal, but right in front of that south facing, it's get blistering hot is not going to be ideal either. Just a nice bright room. It'll thrive, and you could bring it back outdoors and enjoy it again. Starting, usually frost is the end of April, first part of May. Just take it outside and have it, enjoy it for another year.
Those Coleus do get big. I brought two home to plant by the front door. I was going to put them in the same pot. And of course I dropped one and completely broke it. So I only put one in the pot.
Yeah.
And thank heavens I did.
One's plenty. They grow fast.
It took over the entire thing, but it sure is pretty. And
they're spectacular.
Yeah. Coleus have that beautiful color. Definitely worth it to try and bring it in.
Yeah.
That's for sure. All right. So Aaron was on vacation, extended vacation for a long, long time. Came back home and the Horehound has taken over his yard.
I thought he was going to say the irrigation failed or something. And then, where did you travel to, Aaron? I'm jealous.
I know. But he wants to know the best way to kill the Horehound and prevent it from coming back.
Yeah. So Horehound's a native weed. I don't know if it's native, but it's a nasty weed. It's pretty, actually. It's got a nice gray thing, but it's got a root that goes down to China, and it just propagates and keeps taking over entire pastures, entire front yards. And so if left unchecked, all you'll have left is Horehound everywhere. So, and it is a perennial. So it's going to come back from the roots every year. So whereas goat head and tumbleweeds, some of these others, they come back by seed. So if you can control the seed, you can kind of get ahead of it. Horehound's not that way. You got to be more aggressive.
Mm.
The secret with this, you get a pump up sprayer, and then we've got a product here called Decimate. It's an alternative to Roundup. It's not as dangerous though, but it will obliterate Horehound. Here's the insider tip. In the same tank, so mix it up at the recommended rate. I think it's a couple ounces per gallon. It goes a long ways. But add in the same container, add some spreader sticker. There's a liquid that you add to it that will penetrate that real fuzzy. Horehound has a texture to the foliage, and so the product wants to float on top of the leaf, and so you don't get the penetration. Spreader sticker forces it down onto the surface of that leaf, so you get a much faster, better, stronger knockdown, much more gratifying. The death rate will double. It's just a better way to go. If you don't do that, you'll have to use more product. It'll take longer for it to actually activate, and it may not kill it all the way because it just floated on top of that texture. So spreader sticker, anytime I'm spraying weeds, I add spreader sticker just because it makes everything kill much faster. So if I want to take that kind of energy and work, I want everything to die that I spray. I don't want you going yellow and looking at me, then coming back with a vengeance. No, when I get done with you, you're not going to think about coming back. So especially goat head, tumbleweeds, horehound, foxtail.
And Decimate only kills whatever it's sprayed on.
Correct. Yeah.
It's not going to move through the soil. It's not going to poison your soil.
Right.
Any of that. And then the other
Topical
question
kill.
was, how do you keep it from coming back? Since it's a perennial, you just got to kill it out.
I missed that one, Eric. Yeah.
So
there's a granular here. It's called weed and grass stopper. So you can spread that on. In fact, in October, you should fertilize everything in the yard, all your trees, shrubs, everything. At the same time, especially for you, Aaron, put weed and grass stopper in those areas where the weeds seem to really come back at you. What it does, it creates a barrier in the soil that does not allow the seed to put that taproot down. And so it just eliminates or greatly reduces the weed pressure coming at you, especially if you're in a windy area where just things roll in at you from the field across or down the driveway where the horehound is just gathering or the goat head is popping the tires of the tractors. Put it there. It'll take care of all the work for you. It'll pay for itself. And a bag covers, I think, 5,200 square feet, a long ways.
Right.
So spread it out, pray for rain the next month, and your weed problems are done.
Okay. So our next question is from Jake. He was in the store and saw a Black Hills Spruce. His question is, can he grow it in a container because he's renting a house? He doesn't want to plant there, but can he grow that in a container?
Yeah, easily for years and years. I mean, so that's a Black Hills Spruce is like a Colorado spruce, only pint size. It's smaller, has a tighter needle. It's a little bit greener. It's quite striking. Very, very Christmassy, holidays, very shapely to it. It's quite striking. The secret for you is going to be the size of the pot. So you could go with just the next size up. It would probably grow in the pot that's at the nursery here at the garden center for at least a year. If you went up the next size, you can get 2 years. If you went up 2 or 3 sizes, you could get 5 or 6 or more years. So bigger, the more soil you have for that tree to grow in, the more years you can enjoy it before it finally grows out of its pot. So yeah, go for it, Jake.
And watering for those guys, especially like in the winter, a lot of people don't think to water in the winter.
Maybe once a week is a good soak. Here's the thing with containers. Actually, any new planting that you're going to put in now went through, let's say, the new year. When you hear the weatherman going, it's going to be a cold one. There's a cold storm coming. Water everything. A hydrated plant goes through that cold event like it was nothing. It keeps all the antifreeze moving back and forth through the structure of the plant. And so especially if it's in a container or a raised bed where things are more confined, they can dry out a little bit, let's say, faster than out in the yard. Water that plant before that cold event comes, and it'll go through and not even feel the cold. It's kind of counterintuitive.
Yep.
You think drier is better, but not for plants. Wetter is better. So great question. We are out of time. So
Okay.
Ken and Lisa Lain, the Mountain Gardener.
Water's October companion plants that grow well together are blaze maples, spicy mums, glamour kale, and burning bush.
Water's compact burning bush is a neat, well-behaved shrub prized for its blazing red foliage in the fall.
Looks great when planted with autumn gold sumacs, lilacs, and gold euonymus.
At 6 foot, this bush makes a natural hedge that burns red through autumn.
You'll find the showiest shrubs here at Water's Garden Center.
Siri, give me directions to Water's Garden Center.
For a more fruitful garden, increased success in the landscape that just feels better, then tune in daily to the Mountain Gardener podcast. Subscribe through your favorite podcast streamer or visit watersgardencenter.com. Better yet, visit me directly right here at Waters Garden Center. Thanks for tuning in.